So this is my homemade Bubba barrel. Pretty much copied what Eric Myers did, along with Bubba Barrel, which is an American mushroom sterilizing company. A few minor modifications to it, but nothing crazy. Basically, it's a 55-gallon drum with a 2.4 kilowatt 13 amp element. You can't really go much higher than that on UK plugs, because if they're running for like 8 hours they get too hot. At the minute I've just got a brass and plastic float, valve, but that certainly won't last much more than maybe 10. Luckily those are only like, that whole set cost me £4. I'm of a mind to order one from America, but it would be like $50. So I'm going to see how many miles I can get out of that one before I go mental and buy a new one. You know, because I can get 10 for the price of one stainless steel one, so we'll see. I've run this a few times now. It's got a few battle scars. You can see there's the elbow there, which leads to a drain pipe, which is just a ball valve. That's where your hose pipe plugs in, so it constantly tops itself up. That is the spacer to keep the bags off the bottom. So you put it over there. Sorry. You put it over the, I've cut two little notches out of it, put them over the element and over the float valve so it doesn't stop the water coming in, so the float valve can travel and it doesn't hit the roof of this. When you've got the, what do you call it on, base plate, which is all just cut out of, steel. This, I actually used an old broken barrel to make the innards of this barrel. And then it just has a lid that goes on, and that lid has a clamp. My mushrooms that I've just done, it's my Hepper, but no clamp. Oh, there's a clamp. There's the clamp. So the clamp just goes, you know how a clamp works. And then this is just radiator insulation, which doesn't really need, but I guess it helps a little bit. This, you know, this thing kicks out enough heat to boil it in about an hour, hour and a half, and then sterilizing time, you know, those 3 bags, because I'm still testing it, those 3 bags in there took about 3 hours to sterilize. I ran I can't remember how many bags I ran it about a third full, and it took about 6 hours or something to get into the temperature on the top barrel, on the top bag. And those are chooching away right now, so there's no real issue. One thing I will say, if you plan on building one of these on your own, not from stainless steel, stainless steel is really expensive. If you can afford stainless, get stainless. You see there and there, and that's where the bottom of this is scratched away. Because this barrel isn't level where I steam and it gets knocked about, this sort of scrapes along the bottom, and so it causes the paint to scratch. I'm going to mitigate this by getting some trim seal or something, you know, something like car door seal, and running it around the rim of the bottom and the top so it doesn't scratch this plate. Nice. So it doesn't scratch this plate, and yes, I'm wearing socks and flip-flops. It's summer in England, so that's the precautions we take. And that's about it, to be honest. It's a pretty good bit of kit, like, considering that the Bubba barrel comes in at over $1,000 for the cheapest one in the US. This does the exact same thing. It's not as pretty, but this cost me 100 quid. It's like $150, and maybe 20 more quid in tools that I've used to build another one of these for somebody else. So it's paid for itself. If you want to buy one of these, or you kind of want me to elaborate on the plans, just comment down below, or visit my website, which is archersmushrooms.co.uk, which I haven't actually put anything on yet, but there's a contact form. I don't really know what else. The lid. The lid. I just drilled 1, 2, 3 holes in 3 different places for now. It's not the ideal scenario, but I'm not filling this full yet. Once I start filling this full, then I'll consider maybe having some sort of spacer between the lid and the top of the bags, just so they don't get bunged up if a bag inflates or something like that. I think that's about it, to be honest. It's pretty straightforward. It's got 3 holes you make. I can't really say much more than that. Yeah, if you've got any questions, let me know. So I've just put a layer of red oxide primer down, just to keep it all rust proof. So that's what you should use if you ever get one of these, is red oxide primer. It's kind of massively thick and seems to last the longest, and it's also pretty cheap, which is the main thing. Bye.